Hello, everybody. This is Mike for Friends in High Places podcast. Today we have a special guest called Andrew. Andrew, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Mike?
I'm pretty good, pretty good. Tired, but it was a long night and wonderful dreams. Anyways, Andrew, tell me a little about yourself.
Well, my name is Andrew, and in 2023 on Christmas Day, I was walking up a moderate hill in Shelton, Connecticut, about a 45-degree hill, and I was marching as a soldier would, having a great time on a sunny day, and through the trees, the sun and the clouds opened up, and I heard a voice. I had a classic vision, and I believe the voice belongs to the Virgin Mary, of all things. It was a female
Really?
sort of voice. And it communicated to me that I am to begin to write a song that will be sung around the world constantly for 24 hours, asking that she and the Lord come in their purest and most most purest form.
The white light.
Exactly. And that the earth is not safe enough for that pure form to come visit us.
Well,
And we have to work for 1,000 years to make it safe enough for that visitation.
do you think we're worthy of it?
Exactly. We are almost worthy of it, but we have to work harder, and we have 1,000 years to do it.
Anyways, Andrew, I was wondering, what's your diagnosis for
My
mental health?
diagnosis before coming here for foot problems, my diagnosis was mild depression, but Dr. Fair here noticed that I have some sort of psychosis, and I'm being treated right now for serotonin and dopamine level adjustment.
Yeah. Do you think?
And I'm taking Abilify, which I got a month's worth shot into my body just a couple of days ago, and I'm feeling good now. I felt a little bit funny the first day, but I'm feeling much better every moment.
And since you've got it, do you think you were in psychosis for all of this information?
Oh, I don't really know what psychosis is.
When you're hallucinating, when you're having an episode,
I've
manic episode?
never hallucinated in my life.
No?
I don't. I think everything that I've seen, everything, no matter regardless of whatever drug I was on, or even in my dreams,
In altered
what I
states.
saw was what I saw.
Yeah, me too. I've seen a couple things. Dr. Fair diagnosed me as schizophrenic, and I refused to accept it. But
well, that's just it. Dr. Fair did diagnose me as that too. But in understanding of the psychiatric profession, if you say that you were talking to things that normal people consider unreal or unseen, then they have to write schizophrenia, because you're talking to things that are not there.
yeah, because there's multiple pillars of schizophrenic, and the one that always comes back around when I'm talking with him is the mild hallucinations or psychotic episodes, which I know exactly what you mean when you say, even if you can't
I
I know, me too,
That's
me too.
it, but it's hard to explain that to other people.
Well, it becomes kind of heavy when you're trying to talk about something and you're going all over the place,
Well,
you know?
in the end, you find that the only people you can really talk to about these things are other people who have had similar experiences.
Like you were saying earlier, visions, you know?
That's it.
Those me, when I close my eyes sometimes, I see a bunch of hexagon figures, and then I'll see it on a black background, gold plated, and I'll literally have moments where I jump through time, where I'll have a flash,
That's cool.
and then like I'll be exactly the same exact spot, but before anything happened. It's happened before here at the hospital, where I was laying in bed, and before the place was constructed, I was in a field. I was in a field, exactly the same spot. Maybe 150 years ago? I don't know, but I know what's real and I know what's not.
Exactly.
And to be able to describe it to somebody else, to understanding that.
It's like you live on different dimensions at the same time, I believe.
On different planes of existence.
Exactly. And it's hard to, navigate between them, but you get glimpses of the other side and through the veil. And I don't know, my spirituality is based on prayer, and service to others. And if you're constantly engaged in prayer or service to others, then you are constantly praying. And whatever you do in life, whatever you do, if you're a musician, if you're a butcher, if you're a baker, doesn't matter what you're doing. If you do it with love and for the service of God and people, then you're living your life in the right way. But if you forget to do that and do it just for profit and forget God and the service to others from that equation, then you're just you're living life and it's just not going to work out.
But it's okay for people to live like that, but it doesn't
for
align.
me, it's not the ideal situation,
And what do you think about people that don't believe in God?
I wish them all the luck in the world, and I hope that their belief can save them.
What if they don't believe in anything? They don't even believe in themselves. Like I've lost hope many times, and you know what found me?
Then I would say try to find God if you've lost hope and you're an atheist. And if you're an atheist and you have not lost hope, then go for it. Believe in yourself as far as you can take it.
I wouldn't call it atheist, but when you believe in something bigger than yourself, then the scary things happen where it's frightening to know some truth, some things.
That's it. You get frightened of the big scary things and you don't want to look at it. That's what I think a lot of atheism is.
But you embrace the unknown.
You have to understand, if you are an atheist and you're listening to this, the very words we use, it doesn't matter whether they're English, Arabic, Hebrew, or Russian, the very word that we use is God. Language is God. So if you're describing life using words to yourself, Mr. Atheist, you are actually using God to disprove the thing that you are using to say it. Because that's a key part of the Bible, especially in John. In the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So how can you even say, I am an atheist, without using the word a and theist? And what is the-e in there? That's God. So you'd have to have something to not believe in to be whoever you think you are, which proves that God exists.
Do you believe in incarnation and reincarnation?
Not entirely in the Bhagavad Gita sense, that you go back to the little bug and you do it all over again, But I believe that there are waypoints where you go and you try to be the best that you can be, and then something happens, and if something happens, then you disappear, and then you go somewhere else, maybe in a different form, maybe in a different country, but to learn the lessons that you didn't learn properly last time. And this continues forever.
It's a never-ending cycle.
It's not a cycle. That's what I don't like. A lot of people think that it starts and goes around. There are things that start and go around again. The rites of passage are always sort of circular. So it seems circular. But there's a tear in the fabric, and we go further into the future. Now, everything that happened in the Old Testament can repeat itself, but it can repeat itself in outer space, on another planet.
On a whole different plane of existence.
On a whole different plane of existence. It doesn't have to repeat itself here in exactly the way you imagine that it happened.
Or in our lifetime.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just... But me, I always get the overwhelming sensation that, I'll have goosebumps and or chills down my spine, and things like incarnation of spiritual beings, the reincarnation of past life.
If I stand up, my feet are always
of course. There's always a point that I always go back to, and it always keeps me grounded. And
I have several points, and one of them is near a refrigerator. Another one is near my desk, which always is a mess.
Do you ever hear voices? Not God, but as individuals.
No, I don't really see it that way. The way I hear the voices is I say what I think that Jesus would say, and then I get a feeling like a confirmation that is yes or no. You know,
just
yeah, I have
intuition.
I have an internal
Instinct.
intuition and power, and it's even the simplest things. Should I turn left? Should I turn right? Should I be gentle with this person or should I be strong with this person?
Earlier you said you were 54. Did you
58.
58, excuse me. Did you start hearing your instinct talk to you? When did it start?
At birth, probably, because it was there from
When you were
ever since I was alive. It's been there to a huge degree. When I was younger, even more. And then there were pockets of my life where I totally forgot because of depression and grief, you know, which were personal things I take care not to talk about right now because they're still very painful to me. But
how long have you been depressed for?
Well, it's not really depressed. That's just something that psychiatrists have to write. Another psychiatrist that I saw at the same time said it was professional burnout because COVID happened and my business went to, you know, to little bits instead of saying shit, you know. You know, that I started treatment for that in 2023. So it started, my whole treatment started with me quitting alcohol. That's the first thing I did.
Yep.
And the next thing I did was I started taking metrazapine, or Remeron it's called here.
Okay.
You know, for a depression. And I've been under treatment I've been treating myself since that time, and now it's 2025. So I started being treated as diagnosed with mild depression after professional burnout. And then here they diagnosed me with schizophrenia and psychosis, which I don't even understand what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a normal guy, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You seem pretty normal to me, just some of the things that we understand each other, but some people who aren't necessarily as self-aware as you and I, they seem to think, okay, they think schizophrenia is something that...
Well, no, I'll just say it this way.
It scares people.
If people do not have enough faith in God to have faith in the unseen world beyond the veil of existence, which is just beside every one of us, it's not far.
It's on surreal. It's surreal. It's surreality.
Exactly. It exists just inside us, next to us. It's just so close. It's like opening a door.
It's there. It's always worked like that.
Exactly. It's always worked like that for everybody since the beginning of time. And don't be scared of it. And don't call people who found this spirituality crazy, because it's not crazy. It's just the way life and afterlife.
From a medical perspective, they have to diagnose you as something, because if you're having
otherwise they'd have no jobs.
To you, it's a hallucination. Yeah. To me, it's reality.
That's it.
And you know, to be self-aware to the point of knowing the unseen and feeling the unheard, it's
and the people who are diagnosing you, especially if they are strong spiritually, which I think Dr. Fair is, you know, they feel that power and they understand. They understand that power, and they diagnose accordingly. And I think they are quite gifted.
Some of my other channel is Road to the Illuminati, and
let's not talk about the Illuminati, because my parents are sort of like nasty versions of that. And I told them I love them again yesterday, but I should tell them that I hate them every time, because they created me as a science experiment of war.
Do you take drugs, recreational?
As much as possible whenever it is given to me, but I don't look for them, and I'm addicted to none of them.
No? Do you think drug addiction is part of mental health?
Drug addiction is definitely part of mental health. Drug addiction is something that should be treated very, very severely, but drug use not.
How would you cure drug addiction if you were
Using
able...
God, only God.
The 12 steps?
No, not the 12 steps. The 12 steps involves too many people. Forget about the people. Forget about all the bad things that alcohol has made you do. Get right with God, all right? Just directly to God, and say to yourself, I will not love anything or anybody more than I love God. And at that point, you can't be addicted to anything but God.
You get high on God?
Exactly.
Well, it's a transference, because
exactly. And then you can't just use the marijuana to get good with God. And some people use just that marijuana and they need that joint to get there.
They alter your mind.
That's it. It doesn't alter the mind. It actually prepares the mind to be open enough to receive inspiration from God.
And in any way, shape, and form, that
And
inspiration comes.
But you're not in my mysticism. You're not allowed to love any of those things, especially alcohol, more than God. You know, and you have to love God first. And before you put that joint into your mouth, the first thing that you have to think about is why you're smoking it and what you're going to be praying and how long and the number of puffs you're going to take, and do it all for God.
That's a lot of steps just to smoke a joint.
Exactly, and make every part of it a prayer. The rolling of it, the breaking
A
up
ritual.
of it.
A ritual.
That's it. You know, and then do it only on special occasions. But don't do it, let's smoke a joint because it'll make the movie more fun.
Well, if you do find God, and the way I see it, I transferred sober living to my dependence, whatever it came in all shapes, sizes, and forms. And some people have...
Well, sober living is good for some people, but sober living can kill other people. You have to understand that.
You.
There's a line that was written by J.R. Bob Dobbs, who was a preacher. Maybe he's still alive in Toronto. And he had one line that I think is very godly. First, God has a very excellent sense of humor, and fuck them if they can't take a joke. And the other line that I like from him is, there are some people who are holy, and these holy people do not have to practice what they preach, because they are not the kind of people that they are preaching to. Do you
Monkey
understand?
see, yeah.
No,
Monkey see, monkey do.
I don't have, you can't do the things that I do, but you should do the things that I tell you not to do, because I can tell you, do not drink, do not use marijuana, stay clean, Michael. But I will do the exact opposite. But I don't have to
do what I say and not what I...
Exactly, you know?
I got you.
And all of these magical things, including the mushrooms, including the LSDs and everything, should be in the control of holy people. And not only these things, all metals, all things that could be used to make beautiful things or make bombs. All of these resources should be controlled by people who are of the Spirit and know the best use for them. You know, and then they should be free. The most horrible thing to see, and you know that you're an addict and you're going against God, when you are spending your time to make money to get your drugs. If you're in that situation, you are doing an abominable thing to God.
And to yourself too.
And to yourself too. If the drugs come, they will come naturally through the people that you will meet based on who you are. And if they do not come, do not look for them.
Do you believe in the people that you meet along your journey? Do you think they're put there specifically to make you decide differently?
I don't think they're put there. I think this. All right, and this might be a secret. We might want to not say this on the podcast. All right.
Repeat it. What did you tell me?
There are no coincidences.
Nothing is a coincidence.
Nothing is a coincidence. Everything has meaning.
As small as it can be.
As small as it can be, everything has meaning.
Me, I discovered music about 2 years ago, and for the first time I was actually listening to what I was hearing.
Yeah.
And every time I would be in a certain phase in my mind.
With music, we could do a whole other fucking 3-hour podcast on how to listen to music.
You put your headphones on and you jam.
Yeah, it's not only that, you know. It's also how to suspend your disbelief so that you can take a first-person narrative but listen to it from a second-person point of view or a third-person point of view or a fourth-person point of view, which again would describe you as schizophrenic.
Yeah, exactly.
Because even though he's singing to somebody, oh, Beth, I really love you, but you take it as, oh, somebody there really loves God. Or Beth is the name of God.
Or Beth is a woman that you can make
that you can make a good relationship with. There's so many ways
to take it in, yeah.
You know, and you have to understand where you are at that point in time and that point in life to how you should interpret that song. And that song can be interpreted 1,000
and
different ways. And you
can listen to it 1,000 times, yeah. And every single time you'll have a different emotional state that you're in.
Exactly, and you'll feel different things, and at other times you won't be able to take that song at all. You'll have to run away from it.
Exactly. That's
Anyway, I've done all the podcasting I can basically take right now.
yeah. Well, thank you so much,
I'm gonna have
Andrew.
to go for a walk. But
I really appreciate
let's
you
do
being
this again, and maybe outside when we're fishing, we can leave the recorder going and see.
have a
what we
good
can edit
conversation
from that.
again.
All right?
Thank you so much, Andrew.
All right, thank you.
Have a great day.
And I hope it uplifted you, Michael, and it certainly made me feel better. But what I told you is basically what I tell the psychiatrists.
Yeah.
We had the same sort of conversation. So
I like it. Take care.